Someone recently confronted me with this question: why do people deny their Igbo identity? And I told him simple: so that they will not be marginalized, so that they will not be discriminated against, so that they will not bear the Igbo burden. Because being Igbo is not a flex. Being Igbo is a responsibility. Being Igbo is a burden you will have to bear. It's a responsibility you will have to carry. What people do and get away with it, if you are Igbo and you do it, you are in big trouble. So being Igbo is not a tea party. Being Igbo is something that you must have to live with and be responsible and carry it like it's like a cross, but one that after carrying, you will reap its full results and reward. So I'm going to play 2 videos for you that will let you know what it feels like to be an Igbo person or to be discriminated against as an Igbo person. There are Igbo people in business as well, the challenges they have gone through, but let's begin with the ordinary Igbo man who may have to change his name to survive. Let's begin with this video of a man named Dan Chima. So they bear the name Dan Chima, and here is the son of Dan Chima explaining the meaning of Dan Chima as a name.
You know, my original last name is Chima. But my father changed it, took his dad's name, put Dan Chima so they can get out of Nigeria because they were killing Igbos. So it was my aunt told me this. She said, that's the reason why you're Dan Chima. It was survival.
It was survival.
Yeah, we were Chimas, and they were looking for Igbos to kill.
Yeah.
And my father is smart, just said, nah, Dan Chima, we're Dan Chima. So we get out. I'm growing up in America, you know, black Americans around in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. So you're talking about Southern mentality. So they'd be like, man, you black African, you know, they'd be like, is there monkey, you be chasing? They would say that. And then, you know, you have African American friends shitting on you. And then you have Nigerians think, you're not really Nigerian. I go, I am. Like, I just was born here. It was, you know, in Biafra, the war.
Yeah, the
Biafra.
war.
That's why we got here.
Welcome back. How about this, our sister who works with Airpeace? Do you know how much effort has been put in to see if they could sink this business called Airpeace? Do you know how much effort they have put in to see if Allen Onyema could stop operating Airpeace, and they did not succeed? I don't want to be the one saying this. It will look like, oh, conspiracy theory, always talking about marginalization of Igbo. Watch this video that was aired on Arise TV's program and judge for yourself.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Victory Maduneme.
Right.
And to answer your question, you know, a cabin crew or in aviation thoroughly, nobody is supposed to take alcohol or any drug at all before coming for a flight. So going forward to the question you asked, on the 13th of July, after we had landed, which was the day of the incident, after we had landed and we had to wait for NSIB to come on board. Then they came, started their investigation, and 5 hours later, they asked us to come into a room for them to do a test. So we all went into the room, and our blood samples were taken and our urine were also taken. So, and normally, when those kind of tests is done, immediately after a drug test and an alcohol test, you're supposed to get your result within few hours or few minutes, right? But this was not given to us that day. Then 2 weeks later, 10 days later, which was on the 23rd, if I'm mistaken, sorry, on the 6th, I was called by NCA to come and pick up a letter. Then I went to NCA in Lagos, and I opened the letter and I was in utter shock to see what was in my result actually. So I went to go and see the doctor, and the doctor said, I told the doctor that I'm very shocked to see this in my results and it's not possible for me to have this in my system. So he asked me I should go back and come back in 7 days replying their letter. But I didn't wait for the 7 days. I had to respond, which is on the 7th. I sent most of the documents to you. So we went on I replied the letter back to them on the 7th. And they didn't get back to me until on the date. They got back to me on the 27th that I should come to the office. I went to the office and I was handed a letter, and the letter says I should do a reconfirmatory test, which I accepted to do. And they sent me to go and meet a Dr. Adetunji of Cooper Aerospace Clinic, which is the licensed clinic for this kind of test. Then when I went to go and meet the doctor and he came to see me, then he asked me that marijuana usually stays in the system for 90 days. That if I had something like this, that he's advising me that I should go back, then come back later when I feel like everything has cleared from my system. I was like, no. If I go back and come back later, it actually proves that, yes, I have this kind of thing in my system, that I want to do the test. Which the test was done to me and everything came out negative. So, and there's a question I need to ask NSIB. If marijuana was found in my system, were they not supposed to tell this to my airline, and they're supposed to stop me from flying? Why? Because I'm a risk to the passengers on board, and my license would have been taken away from me. But no, they didn't inform them of this till after two months. This is like the second month, and it's just coming out, and they're spoiling the image of the airline. I sent a copy of my results to you. Everything is there. Everything was clear. If marijuana was supposed to stay in the system for 90 days, this thing was done within a month. I did my test within a month. You can check it. And nothing was found in my system. If NSIB have a smearing campaign against the airline, they should keep the innocent people away from this. If not for the kindness of my chairman, they would have sacked me and blacklisted me. And once that is done, no airline in the world, I repeat, no airline in the world will pick me, because now they've painted me as this person that has drug in her system. This is really very bad.
Okay, let me,
And in the next 72 hours, if NIB do not come and reiterate whatever they have said against me, then I think we should sue. This is really very bad.
Right.
This is pure defamation of character.
Welcome back to N1 Cultural Forum. I hope you enjoyed watching all those videos. Now, that is to tell you that being Igbo is not a flex. Being Igbo is a responsibility that you live with. Being Igbo is a burden you will have to carry. If you want to enjoy the Igbo glory, be ready to carry the Igbo burden. Being Igbo is not also something you choose conditionally, because the Igbo identity is not a costume that you should wear, but is a crown you should put on your head. Put on your Igbo identity, because it's not something you choose. Cultural identity is something you are born into or you are born with. It is in your DNA, such that if you conduct your ancestry DNA test, it's going to pop up to tell you are Igbo. That way, you cannot change your DNA. It is in your DNA. No matter how many times you deny, no matter how many times you reject being Igbo, when people tell you are Igbotic, you get upset. No matter how many times you get upset, you are an Igbo man. And if you are not Igbotic, then what are you? If you enjoyed watching this very beautiful short video, kindly hit the like button. Let us know what you feel in the comment section as well. And please share this video to your audience. See you in our next video. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, also subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when we put out videos, you will be among the first set of people to see the video. See you in our next videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.